Now at this point, I want to talk briefly, and I'll stress the word briefly, I guess, on those previous allocation rounds, but it's a good little history lesson for us to be reminded as to where we've been so far, and that helps us understand how it'll work going forward. But the total rounds between 2001 and 2012, as Brad noted, those first couple of rounds were combined years, but it's 10 total. The total amount of investment authority authorized was $36.5 billion. So if we take 39% of each of those, that represents $14.2 billion through the first 10 rounds, if I've done my math right. Now, if we contrast those amounts with the investment authority requested, this is a pretty compelling figure, I think. $251.4 billion, and that translates into a 6.89 to 1 amount of allocation requested versus available. So almost 7 to 1. And if we look at that as far as an applicant to allocatee standpoint, and we highlight what the CDFI fund has reported in 2012, we've got 282 applicants and only 85 awardees. So that translates for round 10 into 1 out of every 3.3 applicants, or only 30.1%, ended up winning. And that's actually a little better than the entire 10-round average. So it's over 10 rounds, it ends up being 1 out of every 3.6 applicants, or 28.1%. So in general, because we're using the tax code to invite this private investment, competition usually would be a good thing. They really have to impress and say, this is going to do the greatest good for the greatest number of people, or according to the categories that the application says. That's a better way of saying it. Now, going ahead and doing the CDEs.